Good evening, Fernwood. My name's Neil. It's time for our daily check-in to watch the entire series of Mary Hartman. Mary Hartman. Let's go. And by go, I mean let's go review what happened yesterday's episode. It started with a breakfast with Tom, Mary, and Heather. Mary is definitely really trying to mend fences when it comes to the thing that she said the other night when she said Dennis's name as she was trying to console Tom. Tom really wants nothing to do with it because he is focused on the meeting that he will have with the district attorney to reveal the bad goings on with regard to union funds. Heather is ghoulish as always. Of course, that's really her entire function during the show. We then come on the Shumways, and Kathy has forgiven Martha for speaking to Dennis. Really, the important bit of this scene is that we meet the new neighbor, Mrs. McCullough, the mother of the two sons that we have met previously. Next, Loretta does a little bit of a demonstration of what she will be doing door to door as she goes on her mission, or she starts her mission to recruit people to the church. I'm not exactly sure what she's doing, but she's trying to get money for the church, I think. And it looks like it's going to be one of those mega churches. I'm not sure if mega churches were a thing at the time, but it seems like they were being built, and that's what she really wants to make happen. The word mega church, again, probably not in use at that point, but there we are. And then the following scene, we finally see Tom meeting up with the district attorney, who really spends more time trying to get him to vote for him, I suppose. Tom does show evidence that bad things have happened with the union. Pretty much is blown off. We find out that the district attorney was recording Tom during the meeting and is reporting back to Curly, the man that Charlie punched out a few weeks ago. We've got a few things going on, a lot of different beats to hit. We'll see. This is a Thursday, so maybe things will even out. I guess let's find out by starting this episode of Mary Hartman. Mary Hartman.
Mary Hartman! Mary Hartman! Mary, how are you?
You're talking to me.
Yeah. Are you glad?
Oh, I'm so glad I can cry.
Well, you see, I just couldn't stand it anymore, so I wanted to bury the hatchet.
Oh, Kathy, listen, you want some Viennese coffee with cinnamon? Carol Lawrence used to sell it all the time. She was married to Robert Goulet. They're separated now.
Yeah, that would be fine.
Okay, why don't you go over there and sit down, and then I'll come over and you tell me why you decided to bury the hatchet.
Well, basically, I guess what happened was that I finally began to understand between Mother and Dennis what was going on when I saw you kissing Dennis.
Did you? I'm so glad. That's wonderful. What was going on?
Yeah, you know, about he has this enormous capacity for love, and that it was so full that it overflowed.
Oh, I seen that. I got that overflow.
Yeah, you got some, and Mother got some, too.
Mother? How does she fit into this?
Oh, well, see, she went to see Dennis because she was so upset about us.
Yeah? So what do you mean, she got that overflow too?
Well, you see, she went over there to have this nice little talk, and he explained everything to her, and then they explained to me.
You mean they convinced you that his kissing me was just his lava?
Right.
Or his overflow?
Exactly. But what I want to know from you is...
What?
Is, how did you feel about him when he kissed you?
Me? How did I feel about him? Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
You mean you didn't feel anything at all?
Well, there were his lips. I mean, I felt his lips. I mean, they were there. I mean, but not like lips. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Well, I felt the touch. You know, I felt the actual touch, the actual pressure right there. But if you're asking me about stimulation, did I?
Yes, did you feel any?
Not one single iota. I mean, as a matter of fact, I could have been kissing anybody, Kathy. It could have been a Girl Scout.
Well, you mean you weren't attracted to him at all?
Kathy, we were hostages together. I mean, we were tied together back to back. I mean, we've seen each other once or twice, platonically.
Well, did you ever see him when you felt it wasn't platonic?
Kathy, I'm a housewife and a mother. Doesn't that answer your question?
No.
I told you nothing happened.
Look, I know nothing happened, but did you ever want anything to happen?
I thought you came here to bury the hatchet.
You're right, I did. I'm very sorry, I did. Now, there's a second reason why I came over here other than trying to find out how you felt about my fiancé.
Your ex-fiancé.
Oh, no, that's just the point. The wedding is not off. He's my fiancé again. The wedding's not off.
The wedding's on?
Oh, yeah. And we're going to set the date on his day off.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. And Mother's having the shower. And I want to know if you can do one thing for me.
What?
Well, you know your upside-down applesauce cake? Would you make a couple for the reception?
You're marrying Dennis Foley, and you want my upside-down applesauce cake?
Oh, yeah, it's my most favorite thing in the world next to Dennis and everybody else that I love. Would you please?
Oh, Kathy. You're my sister, and I love you. And of course I'll make the upside-down applesauce cake with raisins.
With raisins? Great. Listen, but I have to go now because I'm going to have to get down to the beauty school.
You enrolled again?
Oh, no. A couple of the kids have made up this new hairstyle, especially for the wedding. It's called Bridal Do. Mwah. I'll see you later, Mayor.
Please. Sergeant Foley, please.
Foley speaking.
It's Mary.
Correction, Dennis speaking.
I've got to talk to you.
Shoot.
No, listen, I gotta see you. Could I come down?
Anytime. I'll be here.
Okay. In a little while, bye. Oh, don't do that. Not even on the phone. Please.
What are you staring at? Nothing. I was studying. Well, knock it off, will you? I'm supposed to study. I'm supposed to study it. To see if Loretta's right. I can't tell.
Loretta's right. Right about what?
About there being changes in you. About
In me?
because of the way you're treating Mary.
Oh, come on, Charlie, come on.
I know. It's not my business. That's what I told Loretta. I said, Tom's my friend. You're my friend, Tom. I mean, you're my friend even though you didn't say one word to me about losing a son.
You think that I should have, dropped everything and run over and said I'm sorry about you not having a tipping, right?
I didn't say that.
Well, that's what you mean, Charlie. Come on.
All I'm saying is that if it was my best friend, or somebody I thought was my best friend, and they were they were bamboozled by a steely-hearted ex-wife who took them for $5,000 because she said she would show the guy a son that didn't even exist, then I would feel.
I understand. Listen, I'm sorry, okay? I really am sorry, and I meant to drop over and say that to you,
But you're too busy. Giving Mary a hard time.
I wasn't giving Mary a hard time.
About kissing your future brother-in-law, you weren't?
Hey, Charlie, look, now, I don't want to talk about that, all right?
Okay.
No, maybe I do want to talk about it.
Okay.
You know, I got kind of mad at her because I think she was leading the guy on, see?
How do you know?
Well, she was kissing him.
Yeah, but maybe he was coming on. Maybe he was coming after her, and she was just trying to get out of it gracefully.
Oh, come on, by kissing him?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right to be sore, Em.
You're damn right I got a right to be sore.
Loretta, she's very upset about you, though. Of course, now, Loretta being all involved and wrapped up in this worldwide missionary center.
Well, she probably hasn't got her thinking straight, huh?
I did not say that. I did not exactly say that. Weren't we talking about your wife?
No, we were talking about your wife.
Are we?
Yeah, and the fact that you're worried about her. The fact that you think she should, you know, keep up her singing career, right?
Yeah, but on the other hand, if she thinks she can handle both, then there's no
Look, you can't go in two directions at once. You can't ask her to drop it all, and then on the next minute, you say it's okay. You can't do that.
Let's just drop the whole conversation.
Guys?
Hey, Big Ed.
How's it going?
Okay. It's a question I should be asking you.
Me? What do you mean?
He must have heard about Mary.
Hey, come on, cool, man. Come on.
I'm sorry.
So, how'd you make out with Mr. District Attorney?
I beg your pardon? What?
Or isn't anybody supposed to know about that?
No, nobody's supposed to. What do you mean? No.
Well, I'm sorry I brought it up.
Wait a minute. How the hell did you know about that?
Well, I just heard some guys talking.
What guys?
Well, you know, the grapevine. Evidence about siphoned union dues, trying to get evidence against Bill Curley. The rumor is you're trying to get his job.
What? I don't want his job. I just want those guys to end the ripoff. Look, they're lining their pockets. I want them to stop lining their pockets and concentrate on working conditions. Hey, listen, that meeting was supposed to be confidential. How the hell did you find out about it, huh? Huh?
Well, maybe next time you better get yourself a little tighter security, huh?
Hi, I'm Betty McCullough, and you're Mary. How do you know? Because your mother told me. And then, of course, my son, Howard. Oh, Howard? Oh, he is such a nice man. Do you know that he came over here and apologized to me for his brother, running after my daughter? Oh, but look, you're just on your way out. I just wanted to introduce myself and to give you my card. Oh, pink and purple. My mother told me. Very important. Vibratory colors. Oh, but look, I won't keep you. Oh, no, that's all right. Really, that's all right. Because I was meaning to come over and say hello and introduce myself anyway, just to welcome you here, you know. But you've just been so busy. Right. And nervous and upset. I beg your pardon. Look, if I could just come in for a minute, I promise I won't take long. But after my visit with your mother and your sister, I just got so curious. About what? About you. So I did some preliminary calculations. Calculations? Mm-hmm. Your natal chart. Now, you are an Aries with Libra rising, and you're an 8. I beg your pardon? Numerologically, April 8th. How did you know that? Well, looking at you now, I could tell. But your mother told me. And that would make your husband a 4. What's his birthday? October 4th. There you see. It's a very strange thing. There's this affinity between 8s and 4s. Usually it doesn't work out too well. It doesn't? No. They bring out the worst in each other. What's his rising? I beg your pardon? Rising sign. Oh, I don't think that he has one. Well, we'd have to get the exact hour of his birth to find that out. You know, actually, I think the rising is the most important aspect in your chart because it determines the compatibility of everything. Career, home, sex. Does it? Oh, absolutely. I mean, if you have Libra rising, that puts your natal sun in your 8th house, which is sexual compatibility. But unless your husband has air or fire in his 8th, well,
then you are in very big trouble.
We are?
Of course, as I say, we would have to have the exact hour of his birth to determine that.
Well, I could find that out.
Terrific. You were going to meet somebody?
Yeah.
Male?
How did you know that?
Intuition. Now look, I don't mean to pry or anything, and if you are not interested in any of this, you just say so.
That's a nice scarf.
Yes, it is pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Are you interested in this?
That? Oh, I find this whole thing fascinating.
Okay. Now, you take these cards and you shuffle them. Then you cut them 3 times to your left, using your left hand. Come on, shuffle. That's right.
What am I doing?
Tarot cards. I just want to get a divinator and a simple spread. Now, okay. Now, come on, cut. Cut 3 times. To your left. 3 times.
You know, it just amazes me. I mean, you look a little like Howard, but you don't bear any resemblance to Ed at all.
Oh, he looks like my late husband.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, now, come on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Come on, cut 3 times.
Okay, now just again here. It's really amazes me. I mean, the 2 of them are just so unlikely looking brothers, you know?
Oh, well, I was married twice. Different fathers.
Oh.
Now, come on.
Were they ever married?
Oh, no. No. Confirmed bachelors. However, their fathers didn't marry me until they were almost 40 and 42, respectively. Of course, I was much younger. Okay, now finished?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, let's see. Oh. Uh-huh.
What?
Oops.
Oh, what? What is this? What is that, bed?
Well, not exactly. But I can see this is premature. I am going to have to build on your solar equilibrium and a full numerological forecast. Do you use your maiden name?
No.
Just Mary Hartman?
Mary Hartman, right.
Okay, well, let me tell you what I've got here just quickly, but I don't want you to pay any attention to it.
No attention. I will pay no attention to this.
Okay. Now, you've got a lot of confusion with the Fool, and the 7 of Cups, and the Knight of Swords, who is actually a dark-haired man I always think of as a blonde.
Dennis.
Who comes rushing headlong into the life of the Seeker. That's you.
It is?
Now, you're going to have to be very, very careful. But, as I say, I'm going to have to do some very heavy charting on you, if you want me to.
Oh, no, definitely.
It'll cost you $15.
Do you take cash?
Only.
When?
As soon as I can. Now, in the interim, don't make any irrevocable decisions, because if you do, you will regret them.
I will?
Well, with Saturn transiting your progressed moon, and I'll bet that's what you've got. Definitely.
Oh, well, then I will be very careful.
Oh, good.
Very careful.
Good.
I really do have to go now. Now, would that be all right?
Oh, yes, of course.
Okay, so I'm going to go now. And I just want to tell you, it was really nice meeting you. And please say hello to Howard for me.
Oh, I will. You know something?
Oh, you dropped a scarf.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
It's such a pretty scarf.
Thank you. You know, you are so cute. I can understand why Howard likes you. Oh, I shouldn't have said that, should I?
Oh, no. I mean, I like him, too.
Oh, good. And remember, a blonde man who is not really blonde in his heart, rushing in during all of your problems with the Fool.
The Fool.
Mm-hmm. Of course, this will take a long time to explain, but I'll tell you about it later. And remember, be careful. Be careful.
Sorry I'm late.
The
That's okay. We've been very busy. I was wondering what happened to you. I thought you changed your mind.
No, I was just very busy with my cups and my eights and my progressed moons.
How's that?
Well, this woman who's an astrologer just moved next door to us, and I think I'm having a deja vu.
How do you mean?
But it's just like I've been here. Like I've been here before, right here.
You have been here before.
No, but I mean, it's like this. It's like this is the first time, you know, like this is the first time I was here when I came here to get my grandfather, and I was so scared. It's very hard to explain.
I think I understand. It's like you're going back to the beginning of us, and it always seems new.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. It's strange. I mean, it's like now, it's like then I was here, you know, to find out about my grandfather, and now I'm here to find out about myself.
That's something I'd like to help you do if I can.
It's interesting because I'm beginning to understand a little bit about you too.
What is it you understand about me?
Just how you relate to women, how you play games.
They're innocent games.
They're terrible games. You string people along.
I only string along people that I have a real feeling for. And if I have a real feeling for them, then I'm not stringing them along. Like the real feeling I have for you.
How can you say that? How can you say that and then tell Kathy that the wedding is on?
I didn't say the wedding was on. I just didn't say it was off.
Why not? You know, my mother's preparing a shower for her. Has anyone told you that my mother's preparing a shower for her? And what about Roberta?
So, is she having a shower?
I don't find that funny. I find that you string her along just the way you string everyone else along. And why won't you admit that you string people along?
Because I don't. Would you agree that Kathy and Roberta and your mother need attention?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't want to see them hurt, would you?
No.
So, instead of telling them a whole truth, what I tell them
Is a half-truth, which is the exact same as a lie.
no. I tell them the slow truth, which is something they can get used to.
And how long is it before this slow truth has no more lie in it?
Till Thursday. You come to see me on my day off.
Well, we come back to Kathy, who forgives Mary, which, you know, I guess their relationship is complicated, but I'd rather see them be on friendly terms. But still, Kathy thinks that the wedding is on, and as we see, that's not necessarily still the case. We come to a scene between Charlie and Tom where they each kind of get their points of view about each other's situations clarified. You know, kind of exposition dump there, but we still see some points of view being expressed. Plus, Ed McCullough shows up and reveals to Tom that his meeting with the DA is not as secret as Tom thought. Mama McCullough shows up and gives a tarot reading to Mary. And I wonder if the tarot reading gave Mary something to reflect on, some kind of insight that she could use while she was meeting with Dennis in the next scene. And I've got to say, thumbs up for Mary for putting it out there. This is exactly how I see things. I think this is maybe the clearest that she has been about Dennis. And of course, Dennis is going to obfuscate things. He's going to paint the picture in the way that serves him. And then it leads to the ultimatum. The lying stops on Thursday. I don't know if Thursday will happen tomorrow, on Friday, or sometime next week. But I would like the lying to stop. I don't see Dennis's rationalization of his actions as valid. I think it's just a way of justifying his position. Because that's what I think Dennis does. So, hey, that is our May 6th, 1976 episode of Mary Hartman, Mary Hartman. Thank you for being here, and we will see you tomorrow night in Fernwood.